starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Crypto Night Show. Your host Superman in the house. I hope everyone is doing well out there. Man, it is a 31st of December here, the end of 2025 in New Zealand. Of course, we're at the front of the timeline. We're in the future, and here we are, live to the world, to the wide world. Big welcome, everybody. And yeah, it's currently 11:30 in the morning here. Sun is shining outside, and we haven't fallen off the edge of the earth. So there we are. It's all good news. Now we're going to get into the show. We got a pulse price review. Still got that big account selling. We're going to check up on that one, and also TRU2X and EMIT farm. So TRU2X is just rocking it up. Very successful. Kind of I don't know. Is it a DEX? Is it an index? I mean, is it a institution? What is it? It's building all the time. It's pretty crazy. So TRU2X. We're going to check out the numbers. Big shout out to Neil for T-shares on that. We're also going to look at the impact on EMIT farm, taking a investment position in there. It's like we've got our own internal institution buying up top tier protocols on PulseChain. It's pretty neat. We're going to check that out. I think they're also doing Vouch as well, the big number one validator. So earning that sweet Pulse. Yeah, pretty cool. Also, we're going to check out LibertySwap V2 has given us a date. Which is the 31st. So that'll be US time, probably close to Europe time, US time, somewhere in there, probably Europe time. So yeah, that's coming up. That is, I guess, within the next 24 hours. And what else? Yeah, that's pretty huge. We're going to quickly check in on Coin Mafia. There's, guess getting closer and closer. We're going to look at the latest updates there. And of course, we've got a few others out there like Vouch 369, Tetra, things like that that are out there. So we might have a try and check up that if we got time as well. But certainly the stars at the moment, TRU2X and EMIT's doing pretty awesome as well. So yeah, we're going to check out all the latest. And of course, we can't wait for LibertySwap to unload that awesome ecosystem onto the old PulseChain. And of course, that's just going to get bigger and bigger. Because they've made it so that it will be that easy to add in a lot of top tier DeFi into it. So we're excited. Crypto Dan's in the house there. Hey, Superman, good to see you, Crypto Dan. Welcome to the chat. I hope you're scooping up all this cheap Pulse. This large account was selling down. I think it might be close to out. Can't remember now. We'll have to have a look. We got work for Crypto in the house there. Hey, everybody, another day for Pulse dividend distribution. Yes, if you're in TRU2X, you're enjoying those sweet dividends. Looking pretty good. Now, what else there? TRU2X is a DeFi service tool. There we go, DeFi service tool. And we got I'm still here, not giving up, says Alanfa. Great. Yeah, DCA for the win. Obviously not financial advice, do your own due diligence, all that good stuff. We got Eddie in the house there. It is time for the PulseChain tokens to transfer from wrecked to riches. Woo! I like that. That's a good phrase for the day, Eddie. And Ava says, still buying Pulse assets here and there. Yeah. Well, you're getting so much volume right now, right? So when you get this redistribution down at this low level, you're just getting so much volume for your bang for your buck. So if you're still optimistic about the chain, that's a pretty good position to do for 2026, right? 2026. Wookie in the house there, is that the Wookie selling? Well, we're going to check out silver today, Wookie. We're going to kick off with that, of course, with the stock market review. And talk a little bit about that. Yeah. So what else we got? Crypto Dan, been DCAing all the time. Says Crypto Dan. Nice work there. I don't know why it does. Recently in the last week or something, I almost feel like sneezing all the time. I don't know what that is. It's terrible for streaming. I mean, trying not to sneeze. Love it. Crypto Dan says Alanfa. Love it. Yeah. Well, all the diamond hands are just accumulating the volumes, eating them up down here. And thank you very much to the whales that are selling them out. And of course, it is the Band-Aid ripped off, or the Band-Aid and the Band-Aid and another Band-Aid. Quite a few Band-Aids ripped off, and getting ready for 2026, I guess. Get that low out of the way, right? Get that low out of the way while we're in the quiet period. Now, the quiet period may last till about 7th or the 10th of January. It's kind of when people are on holiday. So great time to scoop. And I look forward to 2026 in the golden age of America. All right, so without further ado, let's repost the show. If you haven't reposted the show, or I'll say share show on X, and if you can do that, that'd be great. There's the link, post it there. Now, if you're on X, just hit the repost button. Just get it. Let's do it. Let's do it now as a team. I'm having a look at the numbers. Let's hit the repost. Should get into good reposting habits. Good reposting habits there, and let's grow. The more people watching the show, the more people watching PulseChain, more people buying up the assets that you hold. So it's kind of it. It's a win. All right, so that's the link there. Smash out the repost. All right, what else are we going to talk about? We're going to get into stock market. Let's do it. Let's get out of the way and get myself out of the way and get on to the good stuff. 31st of December, cannot believe it. Amazing already here in New Zealand, at least. Australia, Pacific Islands. Let's see. Let's jump over to the show here. So we got stock market today, S&P 500 lower for third straight day on slimmer rate cut hopes. So there we go. That's the narrative for today. We've got Dow Jones down 0.1%, 95 points to 48,367. But let's have a look at the little chart that we've got. You guys can see that, right? You guys can see the little chart. And we can see that we're off the top, just off the top. So we got up to about 48,500, I think, by this accounts. So we're only, 150 or so points below that. So, not the end of the world, is it? Not the end of the world. Okay, maybe it's a bit more than that. 48.7. What was this one? 48. I guess 48.7. Let's say 48.8. So maybe about 500 points. So I guess it's a decent amount. But that's just off the top. And just a little correction there. S&P 500 is down a tad, 10 points to 60. Let's just round it, 6,900. Have a little look at the chart as well. That's just come off the top too. So that was at 69. So we're down, not much, about 35 points or so off the top. NASDAQ down 0.25%, 55 points to 23,400. And that's just off the top as well. So we got about 23,600. So we're about 200 points below that. So just a little profit taking there. Nothing, no big drama. Other than that, we're, pretty big. Actually, if we go back to the big one, it was the 29th of October on the NASDAQ. But I think the other two were, Dow Jones and S&P 500 were just off the top there. So what do we get there? 23.7. We're at 23.4. So it's about 300 points altogether off the top. Record tops, right? Record tops. Dollar there has pretty much, just settled down at the 97.92 versus the trading partners. Remember when Trump came in? So if we go for the last year, Trump came in on the 20th, and we're not far away from that disappearing off the chart. But we were around 108. Let's just round up 108, and we're at 90, just below 98. So down 10 points there. So obviously a devaluation in the US dollar. But the good news is that devaluations typically suggest that purchasing power has decreased, and that at least prices have gone up. So but U.S. economies were growing. All right, so let's have a look at the West Texas price. We've got $58 right now, and it's just down slightly. And Brent oil, $61.34. That's gone down dramatically over the last year, right? So when Trump was in, that was around $78. So it's around $58. So it's down $20. So even though the US dollar is down, oil prices are down way, twice as much, pretty much. So really good. Brent oil there, looking pretty good. Gold at the moment, of course, gold's been roaring. We can see it's just come off the top there, and let's zoom up there. Look at that. That's the chart there for the last year. Max period. Look at that, right back to the 70s. This chart is basically, it's right back to the 70s, and it's basically my life on the chart. It's kind of hilarious. So that's pretty funny. I should have invested when I was born. Anyway, let's go back to the what are we going to look at? We're going to look at the last month, is it? Yeah, last month. So we just come off the top there, and all-time record around 4,550, and we're down about $200 from that. So that was gold. Oops, let me jump out of there. That was an accident. And let's go back to the silver. Oh, what the heck? Come on, guys. It's getting all clickety-click. Let's go to silver here. Silver at $76 right now, up 8%. So as you guys know, we've been talking about that going to $75 to $125 for a long time now. That has done that. And let's have a look at the last month on this one. We can see we're just off the top. So we actually got the 70. Oh, let me go past. We've got the $80, don't we? Let me $88, 80. Yeah, I'm trying to get the top of this. We've got $81.65 on this chart, and we're down at 76, so we're about $5, $6 below the all-time record. And if we look at the max chart, that is silver right now. Look at that thing go. So this is the beginning of the range. We should consider selling into the move, right? So definitely at these prices. Now, I know there's a lot of stuff about lack of production, hoarding, and things like that, but still, you can see in the chart it's so parabolic that it's probably well worth just to start, if you got a lot of silver, to start etching out there. That's what I would suggest. Now, once again, not financial advice, but look at that pump. I mean, that's sort of self-explanatory. We are expecting it to go potentially up to 125 or higher, so especially now. But once again, you want to sell into that move, right? You don't want to be catching the pump and the dumps, because dumps can be pretty severe. All right, what else? We got a couple of more comments in there. Crypto Dan says, I got dry powder loaded up already to buy more. Got 3K worth of PulseChain assets yesterday. Nice one there, Crypto Dan. Yeah, I mean, it's huge on the volume, right? Just sit pretty with that. Wookiees in the house says silver is the way. It is indeed. Crypto Dan says, I bought silver around $25, only 20 ounces, but it's up, I suppose. It is indeed. It was basically up 3x or something. What else there? It's $100 on the Chinese exchange. Yeah. Well, what's the Kiwi price, right? The Kiwi price, it must be way higher, because you get $1. You get $1.76 approximately for every dollar US. So that's crazy. Well, it must be pretty high now. All right. Was it $140, Wookie? I don't know. Let me know in the chat there. Wookie would know. All right. So that is silver. Let's jump into some of the commentary. So we've obviously got the Federal Reserve that's coming up in January. You guys know that. Federal minutes show growing divisions on the next monetary policy step. The minutes of the Fed December meeting laid bare the divisions amongst Fed members on whether to pause or cut rates further following the interest rate cut at the meeting. Now, we know that Trump's probably not going to fire Jerome Powell, but he will be nominating a new chair for the Fed. And so that's, the time is ticking. I think it's May that Jerome Powell's supposed to be moving out. So the market might price that in. We'll see. It takes about 90 days, typically in the past, to once you nominate, to get someone in, or at least to sort of decide who they are. So yeah, that's kind of the place. So that's quite a bit of time. I'm not sure what time of the month of May. It could be, in the beginning. That's like 4 months, but we'll see. While most participants believe that further rate cuts are needed should inflation continue to slow, some suggest that holding the line on further rate cuts for some time amid concerns that progress on inflation had stalled. While the inflation's sitting around about 2.7%. We saw the GDP number come in last time at 4.3, which was fantastic. And we've had mixed to weak labor market, I guess is what I might call it. So that's kind of what the Fed is dealing with. Obviously, I think it should be going down towards 1-to-1. So if it's 2.7, we're at 3.75 on the federal funds rate. We should be going down by at least another percentage point over the next couple of meetings. But at the moment, that's not really the way it's set up. So there's no expectation of a rate cut in January. It's about 15% or so. So, but with Trump's more dovish chair probably nominee, hopefully, and of course some mixed results with the existing members, hopefully they'll head towards that dovish play. And a sign that the Fed is leaning less dovish. Several participants pointed to the risk of higher inflation becoming entrenched. That's to be seen. So we don't think that's going to happen under Trump's America, because he's expanding supply, and that's kind of what we're heading there. Warning that further cuts could raise doubt about the central bank's commitment towards lower inflation towards its 2% target. Well, that's to be seen, right? That's to be seen with the supply expansion that Trump's doing. All right, so that's kind of where we are. So far, we haven't really seen, high inflation from the tariffs. In fact, probably more deflation in that case. So, all right, so that's where we are at the moment. All right, so let's jump over to the tools and have a look at the Fed rate monitor, see where that's at, to wrap up our stock market economic news. So we've got 3 weeks and 5 days and 20 hours to go to the 26th. And we've got 18.6% of the market expecting another 25 basis points, which is a quarter of a percentage point decrease. So currently we're still at 3.75 on the federal funds rate there. But we are in quantitative easing monetary policy. That has begun. We've got interest rate cuts, we've got monetary expansion from the Fed. It's all heading in the right direction. All-time high M2 money supply. So monetary policy moving in favor of more money and therefore more risk-on assets with lower interest rates, etc. So it's kind of the play with the old economy. So monetary policy looking good. Interest rates, that part of it, still a little bit demure, and that could cause some volatility in the new year. So, but we're going to get a new dovish chair, a Fed chair, so that's going to help. Certainly in the second half, without a doubt, second half of the year. The first half of the year's got a few choppy variables, but we're still expecting a good time for the most part. All right, so that is where we are with the old stock market news. Let's get into crypto. Who else we got in the house? We got Sean O'Malley. Good morning, all. Good to see you, Sean. Big shout out. Yeah, if you guys are just coming in right now on the show, don't forget to hit the repost button. Just takes a moment on X to hit the repost. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to smash the subscribe button. Hit the bell for future videos. We're doing daily videos pretty much. And of course, exciting times here. All right, so let's jump into the old crypto market. So here we are. We've got the total crypto market cap at 3.071 trillion. Still very small market cap, but as I always say, we're up almost 1% today. Bitcoin at the moment, $88,223. So even the stock market was down slightly. Crypto's up a tad, so we're at 1.1% on Bitcoin. Ethereum there is up 0.9%. That's up at $2,963. Number 4 is BNB, up 0.9%, $860. XRP number 5 at 1% at $1.87. So they're all kind of up 1%, aren't they? All of them. So Solana up 0.6% is the outlier there, is at number 7 up at $124. Tron is up 0.7% at 28.6 cents at number 8. Number 10 is Doge, up 0.1%, not making much of a move there at 12.3 cents. So they're a top 10 at the moment. Best performer is Bitcoin at 1.2% over the last 24 hours. Best performer over the last week is BNB, up 2.2%. So there we go. Not a lot happening, sort of just consolidating there after that sell-off. Remember the liquidation event we had on the 10th of October took about 8 weeks or so to play out. And now we've got a bit of a foundation, one would hope, for the rally into next year once we get back. Everyone gets back from holidays on the 10th, I guess. Right, the best performer in the top 100, we've got Canton. It is up almost 80%, so 16% today, pretty good. Zcash up 26% for the week, and Midnight there up 24%. So we've got a couple there pretty cool with the privacy theme, and of course we've got LibertySwap and PROVX happening on PulseChain, so we're in good family there. Leo token up 16%, number 4, and then Toncoin from Telegram up 10%. So that's those 5 are the leaders in the top 100 for the week. Top gainers in top 1,000. We've got Beta Finance or Beta Finance, I should say. Eliza OS and Trador there. Those are the best trendings. Beta Finance, they're up 188%. Let's have a quick look at that. I'm a little nosy in that. How long has it been around? Well, apparently it's been around since October 2021. So it's been from the last bull market. Just getting picked up here at the moment. Let's have a look at the Zoom in 3 months. You can see it's just getting picked up, and just in the last day or two, for some reason, got pumped and dumped. So I'm not sure what's going on there. It's Beta Finance. There we go. All right, so that is trending. We've got Lighter, Eliza OS, and Pudgy Penguins, which has actually been trending quite often, right? So it may be a good sign for its move in the future. Let's have a look at the categories, because just remember this when we go into meme coins later on. But at the moment, we've got stable coins sitting at about $312 billion at the moment. Category number 7 there. We've got meme coins. Where are they down here? Meme at the moment, we've got sitting at 41.8 billion. And let's jump over to how many are actually at $1 billion right now, because that's going to be important potentially. If LibertySwap Peacock becomes PulseChain's first $1 billion meme coin, and puts it one of the things that might put PulseChain on the map. So at the moment we've got how many? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we could add in Trump. It's almost $1 billion. So let's say six meme coins that are about $1 billion or more. So Doge, SHIB, Meme Core, Pepe, Pump Fun and Official Trump there. So pretty interesting. I did note that Pepe has been launched on X1 chain by Trees and I think Simple. Yeah, hopefully I got that right. So that's pretty interesting. That's on X1 chain. So that happened yesterday, I think it was. So we got those 6 coins right now in play. Yeah, can LibertySwap Peacock get in there? Can it get in there? That would be interesting. Let's see where Peacock is at the moment on the rankings. It is sitting at number 1780, and I think the best Peacock has been is around about 1150, somewhere in that ballpark. So 1780. So I don't think it's cracked the 1000 at all when it got to 3 cents, but it got to about 1150 somewhere like that. So we'll keep a lookout for that. Can I do it? All right, so that's the mark on there. Let's jump over to the Bitcoin performance so far. So we're down 2.4% at the moment for the month, and I've only got about a day to go, haven't we, in US time? So down 2.4. Last year we were down 2.85 on the old Bitcoin. All right, let's have a quick look at Ethereum as well. Ethereum at the moment, heading towards the end of the year, it's almost break even, and we're only down to 1% at the moment. Last year we were down almost 10%. So yeah, fingers crossed, might be able to break even and maybe having a slight green. Let's see. Still got another sort of 24 hours or so to go, somewhere in that ballpark, maybe 36 hours, something. All right, I guess it might be a UTC day. I'm not sure what the turnover on this clock is, but that's where we are right now. So pretty close. All right, so that's pretty much it for the majors on the old crypto. We've got no update yet at the moment for ETH and strategic ETH reserves. We know that Tom Lee has been buying more Ethereum and a couple other, I think at least one other treasury, if not 2 other treasuries, have been buying Ethereum. So we should see that on the next update. I'm not sure. It's certainly not been updated yet on the strategic reserve. But Tom Lee's still buying more Ethereum, heading towards that 6 million. Remember, last update was 4.07 million. He's heading towards 6 million, which is 5% of Ethereum. And he's been buying more over the last sort of week to 10 days. Normally they do an update every week. We got Wookie says the Fed is handling add money to the repo window to try and save the paper silver market, says Wookie. There we go. There's some insights from Wookie. Nice one. All right. All right, so that's kind of the play on that. Let's jump into PulseChain, and we've got PulseChain obviously being pulled down by a big seller at the moment. Another one that people would say, but let's have a look at the results there. So PulseChain, if you're new, PulseChain launched on the 13th of May, 2023. It was a full system stake fork or copy of Ethereum on the 10th of May, so 3 days earlier, 2023. And here we are, 963 days later, heading towards the big 1,000. And I guess, can you say it's a millennium party? I don't know. We got Pulse at the moment at quadruple 0136. Sitting just below 14% of the mean sacrifice price. It is down 2% at the moment based on the base 24 hours ago. PulseX at the moment, quadruple 0114, sitting just above 11% of the mean sacrifice price. So you're getting a lot of volume right now with these people trading out. At the moment, PulseX buy and burn is sitting at 8.35%. 8.35% is the buy and burn. Apparently it's around about, what was that, 1,630,000,000,000 and PulseX. So that's been burned off. INC token is actually green today, so that's up 1.88%, and that is sitting at 60.5 cents. Hex at the moment is on PulseChain, is down almost 4%, sitting at 2300th of a penny. EHEX at 0.0083, can you believe it, on EHEX, and the combined price of EHEX and PX is sitting at just below 3200th of a penny at the moment, so just under a third of a cent. Let's jump over to the gas prices. We're going to come back to Pulse in a minute because we're going to look at the chart. We're at 190,000 beats, so pretty much normal there. Slightly cheaper on the swap now that Pulse is down. So we're sitting at 0009 at the moment rather than 1/10. We're sitting at 900th of a penny, I guess is the way to say that. For PulseX swaps, so super cheap to do business on PulseChain. 51,992 validators. So it looks like we're up. Is that up about 70 from yesterday? I think it is. I think it's up about 70 validators yesterday. And let's look at the bridge. We had some validators exiting, right, over that last week. $76.8 million is the bridge value today. And I'm just thinking I think that's up from yesterday. I think so. Normally I kind of remember them from the day before, but not all the time. 76.7. I think that's up maybe a couple 100,000 at least. I'm pretty sure. All right, so that's where we are on that. Let's have a look at the PulseChain chart before we get into the rest of the markets. And we can see at the moment we've got Pulse. Should we go full screen? Let's go full screen on this. Bam. There we go. Pulse at the moment, this is on the hourly chart on Pulse, is Rat Pulse on the PulseChain. We got sold down here. See that a couple hours back, and a couple hours back there as well. It was on the hourly. So we got sold down again, and see the last, and we keep these sell downs events. We've been bouncing back, so we got to a new all-time low. So the all-time low there is sitting at 4 zeros now, 1271. 4 zeros, 1271. So we haven't quite hit 4 zeros 1,000 yet, but not too far above it. At the moment, we've had a bit of a bounce back after the sell-off, and we're back up at 4 zeros 1358. 4 zeros 1358. So pretty crazy. Let's have a look. Where were we yesterday? Yesterday, we were up at around 1417, so we're just down below that at 1357 right now. RSI coming off the bottom there. Now, so we've got a trader's view, which is 4 hours. That's a trader's view. So we got oversold, and we got down to 23, and now we're back up at the 33. So bounce back there on the trader's view. The daily chart there, that's our chart. So we're hit all-time lows today. It's a new all-time low. We're sitting just above 30 on the RSI, so just above the oversold mark, and at 4.0. So pretty dramatic looking chart there, but we are only down 2% at the moment, but still pretty dramatic there. Who caused it? Who was it? Who was the dirty rat? Well, let's have a look. So we've had a lot of buying just in a little wee while. Look at that, last 2 hours, a lot of buying. Look at that. It's a lot of buying coming in. That's helped to pick up the chart. And we just had a little sell, but really we did have this guy came in, number 8C, sold a big chunk, 30,000 there, but probably routed through some other pools. But the big guy was the same culprit that we've had many days in a row now, which is wallet B1A8. So we have a look on Zoom on this guy, and this is the guy. That's the guy there. He's a beloved person, and that's going on too. We also had another wallet, which I'm not sure if it's associated to this, but it was to do with Sun Mini Meals Sol token, and I think it had 1 million tokens or something, and it ended up buying PulseX, dumping that down. So I haven't tracked that, whether that's this wallet or another wallet, but then they started selling the PulseX. So I don't know whether it's Wolfgang, whoever it is, but that was happening. So 5 days ago, and then 2.5 days ago, 1.5 days, and then today. So just constantly selling there is this wallet here, B1A8. Now, CryptoSolve, which is one of our quants, as I think somebody said that quants. Well, I call them, analytical influencers. And we got CryptoSolve here says raw stupidity on display today on PulseChain. The amount of value this guy has just given away is astronomical. So obviously selling down the chart there. This is another guy, I think. Was it the same guy? I'm not sure, but just dumping down the charts basically. So it's pretty crazy there. All right, so that is the big seller, and we'll go to the wallet. I'll see whether it works on the wallet. We'll see what we can see. They got a couple of other junior wallets as well, I think. So sitting on 3 billion Pulse at the moment in that wallet, and PulseX about 10 billion. So I don't know, assuming I don't know what's in any other associated wallets, but they are getting there. They are getting there in terms of exiting at the bottom of the chart. So one way to look at it is a redistribution. Another way to look at it is the Band-Aid, ripping off the Band-Aid off the Band-Aid off the Band-Aid. Regardless, looks like they are getting there, almost out, one would argue. So might as well if you want to do full chart analysis, go and put it into one of the wallet trackers and see where it's all going. But definitely looks like they're getting there, almost getting there. All right, so that's all the sales on the chart. See all the sales, bam, bam, bam. So that's what's taking us down the next level, right, of pricing. So I guess before that period, we were up around 1679. They've taken us pretty much all the way down to about 1286. Obviously, with us, a few other sellers in there following them down. There's also limit orders that people might have as well. They get triggered when prices get pushed down or pushed up. So you get a bit of that too. So that's the Pulse chart. Let's jump over to the total market. Obviously, let's pull down the US prices of everything on the old PulseChain, except of course for ones that are going up in the ratio and offsetting that price move down. Of course, EMIT is one of those because it's benefiting from TRU2X right now. So let's have a quick look at the volume. So we're sitting at 13.5 million. So a big jump in volume relative to where we've normally been. Normally been about 3.5 in the weekend, maybe 4 million. To maybe as high as maybe 6.5 million during the week if we're lucky. So, but big jump today, 13.5 mil, and of course with that with PulseChain getting pushed down there. Some of the leaders at the moment, we got Dump Tires Gold Coin. It's been around for 7 days a week. It's up 133%, sitting at 0003. We got Yoink at the moment. It's been around for a month, up 67%. Solana, it's been around for 10 months as a Pump Tires. Up 55%. We got CDI, of course, a PulseChain fork copy. This is up 23% today. Pulse at the moment is a Pump Tires Pulse that's been around for 10 months. Of course, Pump Tires are around about 10 months. So that's 22%. We got Liquid Loans, funnily enough, up 10%. It's a bit unusual kind of move there from Liquid Loans. So we've got to look at the chart. Yeah, look at that. Let's look at the ratio of Pulse, see what's happening there. Yeah, got a bit of a spike today. Someone came in with a little bit of money, pushed that up. So we've got the ARC, been around for 4 months, up 7%. Pump Tires Die has been around for 10 months as well, of course, up 7.5% there. Now we're going to get a little rally here. Remember that the big bet between Eric Wall and Decentralize Me, I guess the number one guy behind the PDI to $1 narrative, made a bet, which it's going to play out right in the next, the next 36 hours. Is it about within the next 36 hours? PDI to $1, while Pump Tires Die is definitely not $1. 0016. Let's bring in the old PDI to $1 and let's see where that is. Pulseless. Are they going to be able to spike it or something? What's happening there? Is LibertySwap got some mechanism secretly coming out? I don't think so. The layer zero theory and all that, I don't think that's happening. If it does, surprise, surprise. But they just need it to blip, don't they? Just need it to spike there and hold. I don't know, for 30 minutes. I don't know. 1 minute. I don't know. What do you guys reckon? But anyway, PulseCoin list. We're after PulseCoin list. Yeah, sorry about that. We're on the wrong one. And I think we're going to market cap, aren't we? Oh, it's already on market cap, isn't it? Market cap. And did I lose it? Oh, we're on liquidity. Are we on liquidity? Okay, I'll get it right eventually. So PDI there. Oh, PDI getting sold down for the week, down 14%, but up 9.5% today. Sitting at, is that the right one? I think that is right. PDI, yeah. PDI. Sitting at 0.13 of a penny right now. It's getting sold down a bit from 14. So that is the PDI. What's that, about 180x, is it? Something like that to dollar? Something like that. Maybe something like that. So that is where we are right now on the old PDI. And that bet going $50,000 in PDI, isn't it? $50,000 would have to switch hands to the old Eric Wall, and another one would bite the dust. So we'll see what happens with all that drama. And some people say, they disappear. Well, we have seen Decentralize Me around once or twice, I think. So we'll see what happens there. I really don't like these bets. A lot of people commenting on that. We don't like these bets. If you don't control the outcome, why would you do such a big bet? That makes no sense. All right. So So where else are we going? Pump Tires at the moment, up 7%. We've got Peahen up 7%, and there Bria, of course, sitting up 6.3. Now Bria probably looking pretty exciting for January once Coinwell and Coinaki list. News today was that looks like they're setting up some sort of staking setup with LPX, I think it is. LPX, yeah, I think that's one from what's the guy's name? Haunted. I think Haunted's project there. LPX. So it looks like that's coming up as a kind of a supply sink for Bria. But of course, everyone would be anticipating the big launch with Coinwell and Koinaki coming up. Most Wanted, up 6% there as well, one of the top RH meme coins. UFO sitting up 6% there, Trump sitting up 6%. We saw that Trump is one of the top 6 coins that's over $1 billion, right? So it's sort of riding on the back of that, 6% there. Firewall up 5.6%, SolidX up 5%. Now, both of these, of course, we saw that the trader bot is going to be taken offline in the next week. And I saw another notice today from TraderBot. But no message about the referral income that was accrued, right? So that was supposed to be accrued and ring fence, but we're seeing nothing about that. So, even if they're going to be closing down, they should be paying out the referrals to people that were referring it, right? So that is going to be a legacy issue there if that's not paid out. Because one thing saying, you set up the tokenomics wrong, you gave it to the wrong people, they dumped the coins. There's another thing, if you have a business model and you've got referral revenue, you've isolated that and not paying that out. So those are two different issues, right? All right, so we'll see what happens in that space. Where else are we going here? We've got a few people on the test here. We've got Hexvader. Hey, gang, good to see Hexvader. Big shout out. We've got DG and Hexkin as well. 5555. Lots of love. Like that one. Property View in the house there. Great show. Appreciate that, Property View. Big shout out. And we've got Moon Nut in the house there. TRU2X. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, well, we're going to be talking about that very soon. Coming up to that. Frank White in the house there. Bang, bang. Pulse gang. Hey, bang, bang. Pulse gang. Happy New Year. Yeah, we're almost there. Not quite. Maybe tomorrow. Frank. It's New Year's Eve today, or later in today. We're at just turned midday on the 31st of December, but we're getting there. But Happy New Year. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. NJ, everyone wants to leave 2025 behind. The Band-Aid was pretty rough. Lots of Band-Aids ripped off all the arms and the legs. NJ says people kind of forget the pump tires bull run, probably because none of the cores went up, but still important to remember. That's true, NJ. That is true. All right, well, I think we're probably going to see a bit more of that too in the future. All right, so we got that going on at the moment. Pandex from Wendy's for Tendies and the old Sparta crew. This is Sparta. Sparta. I don't actually want to do it because it's you guys know. Anyway, so that's down at the moment. Let's have a look. Where did it go? It all disappeared. Pandex down number 22 at 3% in Mafia. So Mafia is another launch, right? Where obviously that's mostly launched, but we're waiting for the killing side of that. So it looks like probably January there at the moment for that. And then of course maybe we'll see on-chain bet as well, the big decentralized casino multi-chain beast from Jacob. So Jacob there. Probably looking forward to a bit of upbeat there in January. So let's see what happens with that Mafia. She must be very close. I mean, it's got very little left to do. So that could be a new year project launching, and that's a big deal. I think that's going to be a big deal. We've got Doubt Token at the moment up 3%. Another one of those big RH meme coins. And then we've got P Tiger there, an influencer on the old X there. Likes to play with guns and do comedy skits. But he's doing a good job there, I think. That's up 2%. 9mm, the second biggest DEX at the moment, up 1.7%. And I think, we've only got PulseX and 9mm really in the two balancer forks. There's opportunity there for a third DEX, I think. So the race is on. Who's going to do it? And there's actually a model that's not been run on the old DEX that I think could happen there. So hit me up there. Give me a call. It's intellectual IP, give me a call. So we got number 37 is up a little bit there as well. What's the number 37? We got Saucer Minimal. So yeah, this has been a tricky one, right? This was going to be, they've been doing the buy and burn on this, right? So the buy and burn means that it's coming from the corporate profits, but they've been holding all that back. They've just been accumulating. Now they do keep buying and burning from the looks of it, but they really are just accumulating, and they're going to migrate to Solana now, right? Because it looks like their flooring listing got them to move over there. So this looks like, I think this is probably them with the old ramp now. We're using ramp now to do that. So look, let's go over to 2.5K, shall we? So presumably all this stuff here, for the most part, is the buy and burn coming from the corporate, presumably. But this is probably just a fraction of the amount of money, right? So presumably they've, I don't know, they could have $15 million sitting in that buy and burn thing now, maybe more. I mean, it could be way more, 20 million plus. So, but looks like they're going to share a lot. They're still buying and burning, but it looks like they're going to share a lot of that love on the old Solana chain there. Now, as I said, somebody, I think it was CryptoSolve, saying 1 million Sol token have been moved and somehow bought into PulseX. I haven't really followed the line of chain command there on the blockchain, but that was the idea. And it is the weekly candles you can see right now on the old source on minimal. And presumably they were selling down and into DAI, right, into DAI. So it was almost sucking capital out of the market, and well, before it leaves. So I don't know. Is it, you can speculate? Is it the CEO? Is it somebody? Somebody with that kind of moves? It's a pretty strategic move. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Obviously, there's public money in the company, and then there's private money selling down the pool from things. So there's a couple of narratives there. I don't know. There's a couple of speculations. So 5.6 cents right now on the old source on minimal. It is going to be apparently moving to Solana, and it was supposed to do it at the end of the year, but I don't know, it looks like obviously the new year now. I'm not sure whether they've got a fixed date on there. I don't speak of the Deutschlander. I don't speak of the Deutschlander, but that is it. Right. So that is where we are right now on a source on minimal. That's sitting at number 35, up a little bit. Zero Trust up a little bit there, building out their own ecosystem, and they're tied into Peacock, right? We got, let's scroll down a little bit further down here. We got Vouch. Now, Vouch, of course, is getting some love from TRU2X, so we'll probably talk about that too. At the moment, sitting at 4 zeros, 1446. But the pulse ratio, let's have a look at that. That is climbing. So it's got down as low as 0.83. So one Vouch equals 0.83 pulse. It is now a premium now, 1.07, and probably, presumably, TRU2X is making an impact on that. I don't know if they're still in the chat there, but if they let me know about that. But looks like that's up at there, 1.07. So they'll be staking in the Vouch there, earning some sweet pulse with the validators, and I guess the reflection token. Volume's pretty low, though, on there. That side of the income will be pretty low. And then, using that claim every month to put into the TRU2X treasuries, the way I understand it might be working there. So that is kind of cool. That leads us into almost, I guess, the project updates. Yeah. So we've got 46 are in the green at the moment in US dollar terms. And then everything else is in the red slightly. And we've got some pretty big names in the red there. PTC the Greys, Peacock. Peacock sitting at 88 at the moment. Let's have a look at the ratio to pulse, though. What's the ratio to pulse there? That's kind of your key measure. Sitting at 657. So yeah, not really doing too much at the moment ahead of the big launch tomorrow. So we might move Peacock over to LibertySwap, and we're going to talk about that later on. But let's get into TRU2X, guys, because TRU2X has been doing amazing. So let's switch gears here. So TRU2X, this is from Niels Fatitius. It's pretty hot off the press there. How long? About just over 2 hours ago. And we got the results there. So TRU2X is active in sharing the love on-chain with EMIT Farm and others. So protect yourself up to 50% from price drops with TRU2X. So there we go, TRU2X there. It's at double.truedefi.io. There are referral codes that you can use and self-refer and things like that, I think. So check that out. What else? There we got the total amount. So this is the big numbers here, guys. This is the big numbers. Work for Crypto says, yes, TRU2X is supporting Vouch token via EMIT Farm LP Farm. So there we go. So they are supporting Vouch token via EMIT LP Farm. So Vouch is on the EMIT Farm, and so maybe we'll look at that too. That's pretty cool. So diversifying the portfolio there is the investment arm, the RSE investment arm there for TRU2X. Bring in those sweet divs. All right, so at the moment, 190 billion, I should say, Pulse, 190 billion. Remember, there's about, how much is there? 17 trillion Pulse, I think there is, just under 17 trillion. 190 billion is so far gone into the TRU2X. This is probably a good stat for the TRU2X team to start reporting on, now that it's getting up to almost significance numbers. So yeah, I'm just going to try and do a quick number here. Let's see what that is. So that's 1.1%, almost 1 point. Heading towards 1.2%. So 1.1% of the pulse supply based on that number. So Go Pulse numbers is the one I'm using. So over 1% has gone into of the PulseChain pulse has gone into the protocol. That's pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing. All right, so we got good stuff happening. We got Sandy Beach in the house. Hey, Sandy Beach, welcome. Hello, Superman, everybody, and welcome to you. And a big shout out. So yeah, 190 billion pulse into TRU2X. This is let me see, 8, 9, 10 days. I think it's 10 days. 10 days. Total volume deposited 2.56 million. So that's in US dollar terms. So doing pretty well. $2.5 million in 10 days. What's that, about 250,000 a day? Well, actually, it says here 285,000 a day in average daily volume. Average daily volume in pulse, 21 billion pulse. So there we go. That's I mean, it's nothing to sneeze at, is it? So it's pretty amazing. Although I try not to sneeze. 7,168 total miners at the moment. So amazing results there. So while pulse is down, you can pick up a lot of pulse right now, and obviously go into TRU2X. Now, obviously, nothing's financial advice to you and due diligence, all that good stuff. But some absolutely stellar results. Now, the other way of looking at this, 14% of the pulse that goes into these into the auctions and things like that ends up going into the investment arm. So now TRU2X has kind of become an internal institutional investor into top tier projects, right? So it's been pretty cool. SRE injections have begun. In other words, the investment arm of it, SRE ownership of EMIT pool has gone to 15.78%. It's climbing all the time. So it is pretty cool. Remember, with a single side staking pool in EMIT, they're earning EDI. They're not earning EMIT, they're earning EDI on the volume. So 4% there's a 5% reflection on EMIT. 4% of it is to do with rewards, and you earn EDI in that pool, which is crazy. So they have EDI in that pool, and then they also have the EMIT emissions as well for other pools. So single sides though is getting that sweet EDI, which is not, it takes the pressure off the EMIT, right? Because you're earning EDI, and you can go off and do whatever you want. You can buy more EMIT, or you can you put it back into the TRU2X dividends, which I believe is what they're doing, and refueling that 2x impulse that you're getting, right? That's kind of the idea, I think. Wookie's in the house there with the old, is that Bunny Rabbits, Wookie? And the old Sandy? Hey, yeah, big shout out. All right, so pretty amazing. The yield X factors, day one was 1.12. Day two was, I think, the best so far, 1.25 almost, which is amazing. Yield factors there, getting in terms of your yield return. And then with day 8 was 0.9. I'm sure day 9 will be out later tomorrow. So yeah, 0.9 there. So the numbers have been pretty impressive. So pretty awesome work there. Now they're taking some of that 14% pulse that they get, and they've put it into EMIT. Now you can see EMIT here rocketing, soaring through the roof. Now EMIT, of course, we got about 6 or 7 farms operating on PulseChain to varying degrees at the moment of performance. EMIT has always been kind of a leader in the space with the old EDI single-side staking. And at the moment, you can see it's $1.66 on the old EMIT. And we understand that they were around about 16% of the staking pool now is close to it, is the old TRU2X. So they're really becoming an internal institution, buying up, taking a big position, earning that yield, which is pretty cool. Let's go to EMIT and have a look at the farm like we did yesterday. It's kind of cool to do it. So $1.66 right now. Market cap is still pretty modest, 323K. Liquidity at 36K. Volume 9,600. That volume will move around a lot, of course, depending on the base number. But that's all earning fees, right? 5% tax on there on the buys and the sells, transfers as well, I believe. Yeah. Peacock. No, that's where am I going? I'm going to the farms. So let's go to the farms. Now, also, I think if you're holding 1,000 EMIT tokens, you get on the council, right? So you're on the council. If you've got 1,000, you actually got a seat on the table there. The TRU2X got a seat on the table there. Now, let's have a look at the yields. So, so EMIT yield emissions rate is 555 a day. And the yield on the stake EMIT, so this earns EDI, and this is from the 4% reflection tax, is at 116% APR, so annual percentage return at the moment. There is the TVL, amazing. It's now at $208,000, so probably early days still too. And then we've got EMIT Pulse at 153%, EMIT DAI, this is eDAI at 128% there. EMIT Ink Token 117%, EMIT PulseX at 94%, and Wrap Bitcoin from Ethereum and EMIT is sitting at 990%. So pretty amazing. Now they TRU2X has gone into Vouch, haven't they? So the Vouch EMIT. So if they're buying an EMIT, and I don't know if they're staking, if they're buying Vouch, then that is sitting at 160%. So TVL is still at 2,200 there. So maybe they're going into VPulse. So yeah, that probably makes sense. So they take their Pulse, they put it into Vouch, they get VPulse out. They're buying EMIT, so they pair the VPulse and the EMIT together, put down the LP pool, get the LP tokens, and then come and stake in here. So there's 10,000 in there at the moment. So assuming that's what they're doing. The alternative they can do, of course, because they're getting Pulse going into the old TRU2X, they can also put some of that into Vouch, get VPulse out, and then match those two together in LP pools, and then stake that LP and get the rewards in terms of EMIT, I think it is on this one. So yeah, and there's $28,000 in USD in there. So lots of options there. Now, just so happens that EMIT already has a lot of top tier protocols in the farm, right? So you can utilize a lot of the different pools on here without having to go too far afield, right? So they obviously got Vouch now, we've got EMIT, maybe a few others in here. Now, the other benefits, all these tokens that are associated to EMIT, of course, are benefiting. So all these partners, so you got Ink Printer there from Fast Abdul, you got Pulse Bitcoin there from Fat Sammy, and they're all getting uplifted, right, in the old price because they're tied into the old EMIT. EMIT's going up, so they're getting the benefit with their native token like Pulse Bitcoin. And so I believe they're up 50% or more on some of those tokens, so pretty neat for them. Pump tires, you got that in there at the moment. You got all those in there, including some of your favorites, Top Hat, Peacock, and everything like that. But these are ones that are not paired with EMIT. So anything that's paired with EMIT is probably getting an uplift there. Crypto Paradise is paired with EMIT, so it's getting a bit of an uplift as well with the old EMIT token. There's what else there? Topkin? No, not Top Hat. Sorry, Top Hat. Yeah, Top Hat most. You don't see any Top Hat EMIT there, but maybe there is. So pretty interesting. So PulseChain stores there. What else? The community tokens. I don't know what's under community tokens. Gelato. So Gelato EMIT. So that could be end up being benefit. I know they're doing well in the what am I trying to say? TRU2X ecosystem there. We've got RhinoFi. As you guys know, it's a great team. We love RhinoFi. They've got their Pulse Treasury in buy and burn. We've got Function Island there from Danny D. He's the developer for that. He's developing a few other things at the moment as well. And then that's another farm, right? Another farm, essentially. Two farms in there, actually, I think. We got Actuator, which I believe that was Chorus's early project. I think that is right. I can't remember now. I think it might have been PLS or one of those ones. We got Hocus Pocus in there and the Grey Currency Hero Foundation. Now, they're a partner, aren't they? They're a partner in the TRU2X. They're in there too. SolidX Index, obviously, that's all closing down for the most part. And then Vox is another farm, right? It's another farm there. What do we have? What's down the bottom here? Impulse, yeah. And Nexion, another farm. And of course, it's a bigger ecosystem. It's got leverage, 10x leverage, and all that sort of stuff. And Neon. It's a big shout out to Psycho and all the team there. I think Leaf is the other dev as well. PulseChain there, of course, is one of the DeFi ecosystems that's creeping up on people. So PulseChain there is just creeping up in their volumes. What they get, their latest volumes, so it's at 700K. Yeah, they're sneaking up people. So that's going to be one of the, maybe we'll be talking more about them in the future. Yeah, excuse me. So some pretty action there. EMIT getting a lot of love. Now, we've got some more comments in the chat here. So let's scroll down here a little bit. We got, did a CST unpeg? I don't believe so. We'll go check it, but that's normally pretty stable because it's a fiat-backed stable coin. But, under certain demand and sells, it might do that. The LP pools. Work for Crypto says we are buying both VPulse and Vouch and pairing them with EMIT and providing LP via the Zapper. I love that. So the Zapper just automatically allocates that for you, doesn't it? So a VPulse, so they're buying Vouch token itself and they're putting Pulse in and getting VPulse out, and so they are matching it there. So they've got EMIT now. So we've got EMIT peers. They got those vouch peer. So where do we find that? Down here. We got the vouch EMIT and VPulse EMIT, I guess, is these two. Yeah, so 2 years in a way there. And maybe the VPulse Pulse, because I don't know, what's the yield on 78? No, not that one. The yield's too low. But these ones 160%, 72%, and then the other one up at 120% or something. Yeah, so nice. We'll continue to watch as that unfolds. So shout out to the TRU2X team, absolutely breaking boundaries there with some big numbers, and yeah, pretty awesome. Now, as I understand it, as the profits come in, they do these system miners, right? And they start to balance out the whole system by taking over the system to some degree. So that's kind of cool. And so the shares that you can get available go down as they apply back all these profits back in the system. So pretty interesting. We were watching that. There's a big mechanism there. So what could you say? It's a protocol for getting a 2x in Pulse. It's kind of the aim of the protocol. They take 14% of the Pulse, they put it into these other top tier protocols, particularly utilizing things like EMIT farms and vouch and things, and put those returns back into the system, have more system miners, start taking over the system over time. And they're also acting as a kind of an institutional buyer, which is pretty crazy. So it's awesome. I'd like to see all that stuff. So we're going to follow the journey, guys. Going to follow the journey. Matt and Barley in house there. Last checked in this year. Just saying hello and asking, is this the last shakeout this year? Well, hopefully it's the last shakeout and we can get some glory in for next year. That's the play. But we are expecting the markets to be pretty quiet for at least until people get back from the holidays. Maybe around the 10th of January. We'll see. Happy New Year, everyone. Let's hope 2026 is our year. Absolutely. That's a really great comment. So, yeah. All right. Big shout out there, Matt. Have a few beers and and some steaks on the barbie. There. Or some shrimps, you decide. Cocktails and dreams. Hey, Matt from Wookie there. Big shout out there. All right. So that's kind of where we are. Big shout out. So there is a lot of action happening with the old TRU2X on the old PulseChain, even though PulseChain's down, and EMIT getting a lot of love there as well as Vouch. So pretty cool. All right, we have got another project coming up, which is Coin Mafia. Now, obviously, we have pump tires and pump funds. We have these, specialized token launcher sites. Well, Coin Mafia is going to be the opening protocol from a suite of protocols from Rack and Rochelle, and the first one there is going to be Coin Mafia. The director of Coin Mafia is Joshua Wu, a well-known ex-PulseChain influencer, comedian, and promoter, I guess you might say. And he's now director of Coin Mafia. And we've got a couple of comments in here. So Jen De Beers, of course, is the CEO of Coinbound, I think it is, overarching company of the whole umbrella company of the whole lot. And, of course, the wife of Rack and Rochelle. She says, my opinion, launch as soon as possible. I think the markets need something to rally behind. It is stale. Sentiment is down. There's a new shiny toy for some. Let it be. Others have been waiting forever for this. Give it to them. Rackham says, yes, ma'am. I love that. Yes, ma'am. And Jen says, and others want to build and rally behind us. Give it to them. So people are going to be able to launch tokens on this site with Coin Mafia. Over 375 chains, apparently, is going to be added on. So that's pretty crazy. It's capturing all the people. So that's kind of cool. I understand. I got carried away with wanting the best for the community, and the 1 week leads to another, and then another. Not after the flippers with this. I want to build a legitimate brand, and the people that want to join us for the ride, so be it. But it's service oriented and not a coin centric. We'll build the service first, not the coin. Looking for a reason there. So that is a couple of comments here. I don't know if they got we got some comments in here. What have they got there? Yeah, so expecting we got a lot of the people replying there. You can do it, man. I always love that one. You can do it. Yeah, so there we go. Lots of people there following that. And so let's see what else we got in that updates. 5 hours ago, rewarding true loyalty brings me as much joy as receiving it. Loyalty is priceless. That's from Rack and Rochelle. We've got a few people in there as well. Following along. What else did we get? 5 hours ago. Why Coin Mafia? The saddest part for the PulseChain community is reference to Coin Mafia is that it's been conditioned for rug scams and quick dumps for so long. that when a real legitimate gem finally drops, people sleep on it, but not anymore. Finally, a project that's clean, 90% burn, gone forever from the start. 0 founder coins, no insider dumps. VIP whitelist 100% sold out, and 0 circulating supply pressure. No top-down selling, full refunds if needed. Now, I like that aspect. I think that's a really good aspect of the tokenomics. So I think that's pretty cool. Launching on 375 chains, I think that's another great feature. I mean, that's pretty impressive. Just most of them are always one chain, right? So that's kind of cool. Best rates in the game, a tax token, NFTs, and 3 dozen killer services. So we've got all the extra add-ons there. Pretty cool. Incredible gamification, tribe, clan, guild support, social media integration, reputation system, referral program, and sabotage and bonus. So there we go. Looking pretty forward to that. People are playing small, thinking maybe 100x. Watch this beast sail well past it. While the doubters, FOMO, and tears. This is epic. This changes everything. So that is from Rackham there. Now, yeah, we're looking forward to it. There's Joshua Wu. He's the director. He's got the flame on. $1 million. Yeah. $1 million, probably $1 billion is kind of the, we'll see what happens. And that is kind of cool. So that is from Rackham Rochelle, the largest whale on the PulseChain. What else? So I think that was it. So that is from him. That's the latest. So Scotty getting close. Ms. Rochelle is making the call. Let's get it going. So yeah, I guess they got the whitelist, making final touches to the website. And I don't know whether they're going to make it before the end of this year. I mean, they've got like, maybe up to 36 hours, or whether it's going to be a new year launch right at the beginning, and then say, hey, look, we're launched on the new year, which might end up being the case. We'll see. I haven't been able to check all the comments in there today, but I don't think there's been anything in particular when I did just a very quick look. Could be wrong. What else? we got Wookie and House. So yeah, we're very excited about that. That's another huge launch, multi-chain, 375 chains. Excited about it, and optimistic about where that will go. So looking forward to see Rackham Rochelle launch protocols. That's a big thing for me, because I nerd out on that stuff, right? So that's kind of the play. Now we're going to get into the next thing, which is LibertySwap. This is mega as well. So LibertySwap is huge. And just how big, I think people don't, a lot of people don't realize, because they're not tracking it enough. But we're going to try and lay out some of that bullishness around LibertySwap. What else there? We've got some comments in the chat before we get into that. What else we got there? You guys are having a chat in the chat there. Yeah, nothing I can talk about. So there we go. All right, so let's jump into the LibertySwap. So LibertySwap V2 update. So this was just out a little while ago. Well, 5 hours. What's 5 hours? So 7 hours ago, 7.5 hours ago. And we've got LibertySwap here. It says LibertySwap V2 update announcement. So this is what I say, 7 hours old. LibertySwap will be migrated completely to V2 tomorrow. We know that they had deployed the contracts, but they had to hook everything in with the front ends and everything. So LibertySwap will be migrated completely to V2 tomorrow, December the 31st at 1 a.m. UTC time. The update will require approximately 2 hours of maintenance. During this time, some features may be temporarily unavailable. Thank you for your patience and continued support. We'll announce once the maintenance is complete. So there we go. That's from Lady Liberty. She's got the weapons. Got the weapons there. Straight gangster. Love the work your team does. Thank you for the encouragement. After this update, we will be able to ship much faster. And that's a key thing, right? Shipping much faster. I mean, they're pretty damn fast as it is, but they're about to ship much faster. Different team members can work independently and complete their parts. They do seem to have a global team, but from what I can tell, they're probably based out of Europe, is my guess. And Crypto Sparbook said he's in the team. That's the first sort of public admission I've seen. Yeah, that is kind of, we're trying to pull the parts there. Obviously a lot of stuff they're doing looks like Richard Hart vision. So does it look like it's kind of tied into Richard Hart, although nothing official has been done there, but definitely does it. But whoever is the LibertySwap front person is very, very positive. And of course, does lots of tease, lots of comedy, but is always pretty positive there. What else? We got some other. Well, Matt's got Lady Liberty on his profile there. I see that. Sandy says, sure does have weapons. Haha, says Lady Liberty. Yeah, Lady Liberty does have weapons on it. Pretty crazy. All right, so and once they're ready, we only need to hook the new contracts into our main contract instead of constantly modifying the core. So this is the key takeaway here. So they're going to be able to hook in DeFi and other stuff into this contract without having to change the underlying contract now. So this just means that they're going to be able to add in lots of heavyweight, DeFi and other stuff like that. It's going to be massive. They can just keep hooking stuff in, and it's going to feed the beast. Pretty cool. 2026 is going to be super fun with many excited features ahead. So pretty awesome. So that is kind of cool. The future is bright. And I don't know, since Richard Hart talked about females or something, I think these guys have got taken their Lady Liberty to the next level there. So a lot of cool stuff coming. What is this little thing here? We build, okay, what that is. You guys rock. Congrats. Yes, thank you, brother, says LibertySwap. Will you save decentralized me? Now, obviously, we talked about that bet that's on later before. And he says, save DCM, everybody. I don't think they're going to peg PDI to $1. It could be a surprise outcome. We'll see. Any limit orders coming? Yes, in 2026. Yeah. So as you guys know, earlier in the year, LibertySwap was talking about them bringing hundreds of trading features. So we're expecting that as part of 2026. They've already bought a few of them, but we're looking for that in the future. 26 will bring even more infrastructure with additional fee-earning protocols being released and integrated into Liberty apps. So we're talking about this really powerful bridge swapping LP system now, and then just expanding it out. Obviously, multi-chain, multi-tokens, and then expanding it out into a big DeFi ecosystem. Imagine that DeFi system sitting right in the bridge. It's not off the sidelines of little streams. It's in the main river. So that's kind of the heavyweight, right? And if Peacock is the store of value, then that is you got buy and burns, you got LP building, all that sort of stuff going into LibertySwap as their LP. And so Peacock could become, with enough diamond hands, enough revenue and buying, burning and stuff over time, with expanding to top tier protocols, into potentially one of the top memes. That's why we looked at it at the beginning. Remember, 6 memes that are around about $1 billion or more. Can Peacock become one of those? Because it's just another big thing to put PulseChain on the map, right? Is if you can get a meme coin up in that top level, attracts a lot of capital, a lot of FOMO, a lot of new players, and that brings people into PulseChain as well. It's all sort of self-fulfilling. So we'll keep a lookout for that. Kind of pretty cool. Yep, 20 more fees in the final days 25. We also have a large number of updates to roll out. So what's coming out tomorrow, guys? What is coming out tomorrow? All right. So what else are they? What is going to be launching with the first with the V2 that are already going to be sort of the first package, as it were, the first package. So pretty excited to see that. So that is from them. So 1 a.m. UTC time. Let's see what UTC time is at the moment. UTC time. Let's have a look. And so it's 11:39 p.m. on the 30th. So what did they say? 1 a.m. UTC time. So 31st. So presumably that's actually only a few hours away. Is that an hour and 20 minutes away? So yeah, it looks like that. An hour and 20 minutes away, guys. Looks like we're going to get the update. So only an hour and 20 minutes. I thought it was going to be quite a few hours away. But actually, now I'm thinking about it, it's UTC time, right? So yeah, wow. Okay, so maybe an hour and 20 minutes we could have V2 up and running. Woo! All right, so there we go. Pretty cool. What else we got else in there? I think we had some other updates, did we? So I think we went through all those updates. I don't think we had anything else. So then they had this post 6 hours ago. After this upgrade rolling out in just a few hours, so yeah, it's an hour and 20 minutes from now, guys. Users will be able to swap directly from Railgun balances. So that's private, right? They're private and within those Railgun contracts into PulseChain assets, which become public, I guess. Public. Actually, they're going to keep this all private, aren't they? Into PulseChain assets via the Batius Enterprise API. OMG, guys, this is what we've been waiting for. Massive, massive, massive. And what the hell is Peacock doing at this price here? What the hell? What the hell is Peacock doing at this price at 655 pulse per Peacock when you've got them about to launch PTS trading inside the privacy wallets. Now, obviously, there's mostly big players. People are familiar with Railgun stuff operating in there. But man, that's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, let's see what happens. Will the market reprice that? I don't know. Now, you're always trying to future price, right? Stuff. That's what market's supposed to be doing. Price up the expected future. Now, maybe the market's just no good at doing that in PulseChain, but we'll see. Let's have a look here. NJ says it's rumored to be the GoPulse guys, apparently. Yeah, I've seen that rumor as well, NJ. I've seen that as well. But Crypto Sparbuck said he was in the team, so I don't know about that. That's what made me move away from that theory there, NJ. We can go find his comment, but did see him say that. I don't think Liberty is GoPulse. LibertySwap actually works well. Yeah, that's the other side of it. Yeah, so I don't think so. I did see that theory, but no. All right. So yeah, after this upgrade rolling out in a few hours, users will be able to swap directly from Railgun balances into PulseChain assets. Amazing, guys. Amazing privacy, guys, in the PTS, the trading PTS. So you won't be able to see people, I guess, you'll see the transactions, but you won't know who the hell's doing it. That's the idea. And have the output sent to a new wallet of their choice. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Users can easily buy Pulse for gas or trade into any PulseChain asset. So I guess it will, people will target, say that's a big volume coming in. That's probably as close as you're going to get. Users can easily buy Pulse for gas or trade into any PulseChain asset completely gasless. Gas fees are fully sponsored, no additional fees. So awesome. So no cost of business there. At the moment, support, obviously blockchain costs, but presumably gasless though. At the moment, support is limited to ETH Railgun, to ETH PulseChain. Now that's the main thing, right? ETH at the moment. So they've got the low-hanging fruit there, which is not enough. This upgrade significantly expands functionality and unlocks a smoother, more powerful experience. So pretty exciting there. Pretty bullish. We also have a ton of upgrades lined up. We also have a ton of upgrades lined up to wrap up our protocol first year with a strong delivery. So we also have a ton of upgrades lined up to wrap up our protocol first year with a strong delivery. So exciting stuff there. Gasless swaps are a game changer, says Lena. Definitely, we make PulseX gasless in 2026. What will be the limit for ETH Railgun to ETH PulseChain? For the first time, we will support ETH Railgun and ETH on every blockchain. This means everyone from any blockchain can use Railgun technology without Railgun being natively deployed. That's important. That's a game changer, right? Just in itself. This positions PulseChain and Liberty to dominate the privacy landscape in 2026. Fees are earned from everywhere, guys. And Peacock's not even getting priced up now with this. It's crazy, guys. And PulseChain market's doom. Boom! Anyway, so this position PulseChain and LibertySwap to dominate the privacy landscape in 2026. Fees are earned from everywhere, and value is brought back to PulseChain through buybacks. So there we go. Community and LibertySwap win together. Very, very exciting. So very cool. It will be our honor to be mentioned by Ivan. Applications are coming to the market faster than ever. Yeah, that's the other big thing, right? What else have we got there? The community will eat well. Keep what you were there. Feed the birds, stronger community, stronger PulseChain. So that's some of the updates there. So pretty cool. We'll see what the market does with that. Is it enough to hold a peg? What else? Enough to hold a peg? What are we talking about? It's my honor to stand with the fight along the community. Absolutely, there's UI improvements. Also, USDC support for Railgun is coming. So they're going to have use stablecoin as well for USDC. Gasless swaps, says EMIT, and the PulseChain is wild. World infrastructure quietly being built. Absolutely there from Kairos. So kind of cool. So that is some of the updates there, and looks like we got almost down to an hour countdown for launch. So it's kind of cool. What else did we get happening from the team? For 4 hours ago, we're extremely early. If Ethereum were valued at the same market cap as silver, around 4.28 trillion, ETH would be trading at roughly 35,000 per coin. Yeah. Silver does not really make much sense as a store of value anyway. Well, it's probably mostly used to consumption, actually, for the technological age. What else there? We got 4 hours ago. What is it? It is funny how the market pumps old style, low utility assets first, like gold, silver, and legacy privacy coins. while keeping high quality assets suppressed in an accumulation zone. Yeah, rotation will come. I will keep sticking to coins that make sense. Peacock, Pulse, and ETH. Got a little jihadi there. Oh, jihadi. That's pretty funny. So yeah, that's kind of play. All right, at the moment. All right, so let's scroll back out there, and let's have a look there. We got 3 hours. The good news is that both Zama and Railgun project can work on PulseChain, enabling users to trade on PulseX and Patias privately, with both input and output balances shielded at the lowest possible fee if and deployed natively. What do you got? Any comments on there? For now, we will stick with Railgun while keeping an eye out on development for the FHE and Zama there. So they're looking at other technology as well. All right, so let's have a look. Scroll up here a little bit more. So here's Crypto Sparbook, right? So I said, it's Crypto Sparbook said he was working for the team, and he gets reposted amazing video about LibertySwap news. So they're supporting that too. What else there? Let's scroll back up here. So that is pretty much it at the moment, guys. So we're excited about that. That's coming in the next hour. In fact, I probably should repost that other post with that, because I didn't repost that. Might do that now, or on stream. Where was it? I think it was this one here, wasn't it? That's the one. Yeah. So I'm going to repost that. Bam. All right. So that's kind of cool. Let me copy that too. And I was going to put that over on the strategy clubs. If you're on our strategy club, I did post the other one. I didn't post that one though. So if you guys haven't joined up strategy club, the link's in the video description and pinned to the top of X. It's only just over $1 a day to join up, and it's in our Intel strategy group. So check that out. And only about 1 hour to go live. Yeah. All right. So cool. That is a strategy club. I'll add that in. Actually, I probably should do the tag as well. So if you're not in strategy club, consider joining up. Just over $1 a day, so about $35 a month. And you can find the links to join up strategy club in the video description on YouTube, and also pinned to the top of the profile. So I think if you go to profile up here, you've got it up the top here. So where is it here? Join strategy club. Whoop.com. You go through the Whoop store and join up the strategy room there. It's a private club inside the Discord, but you get all the perks of the rest of the Discord, including the the helpline and everything else. So join in there and get all the latest and greatest stuff that as I'm watching the markets all day, posting in really important stuff in there. So great stuff to have. All right, so that's kind of it. So around 17 minutes. Now, the other thing, of course, is tomorrow will be 31st for the US, so it'll be New Year's Eve there. Will Richard Hart come out with another video like we saw for Christmas? And also, what's the chance we get a God Mode candle on New Year's Eve, especially after the sell-off that we've just had? So that's going to be interesting. We had that in 2020, right? So will we see something like that? I don't know. We'll find out. But it could happen.
You could get a God candle at any moment. You could get a giant green candle at any moment, because it's easier to get them, because it takes less economic energy, because there's less of it for sale.
All right. So we also got PROVX, just to finish off the show. We're up to an hour and 18 minutes, so we're doing a pretty good show today. We've got 10 minutes to go in PROVX. We're on day 49 right now. We've only got 10 minutes to go. And the current rate is $5.46 for 10,000 points plus the volume multiplier. We're about to move on to day 50, and day 50 is $5.80 for 10,000 points. So our times have changed. Remember, it used to be $1 in the first phase, and it's been climbing in the second phase by 6.25% a day. So yeah, that has been huge. We're only a few days away, so we're day 50. By the time we get to day 54, we're at the end of phase 2. And then we've got phase 3 starts, right, which is no volume multiplier, so it's dramatically worse for you. And then the price goes up. It's flat rate 75%, and we go from $7.85 on day 55 all the way to the last day, day 59, which is the 9th of January, finishes at the end of the 10th of January. And that's funny enough, because it's when people are back from the holidays. It's like Richard knows all this stuff, right? He's like got his calendar. It's going, they'll be back. Holiday, the market take off. So and of course we're expecting the OA to come in there with a whole ton of ETH, and maybe, I don't know, maybe $85 million worth of ETH or something. We'll see. Just depends on what percentage you think he's going to go to control for. But if he does something like 87%, something like that, might be that sort of number. So yeah, at the moment we've got 16.389 million in there, 320 billion points, 13,969 sacrifices. So we will probably tip over 14,000 well before then. But these other numbers probably won't change much except until we see the OA operate in there. We don't. I mean, that's the most logical, most probable event as opposed to OA not going in there. So controlling the supply. Not a lot of change to the leaderboard there, so I won't go through that. And not a lot of change to everything else. So ETH there sitting around 11.9 mil, PulseChain around 3.7. That's kind of where we are. So the $16.4 million worth of value sitting in there now. So yeah, we'll see what happens. And of course, that potentially could launch on the old PulseChain. And so yeah, we sacrificed dashboard there. Yeah, there was on the other side, wasn't there? What was the page? There was something else. How it works. Is that the one? So it's got how it works there. Last 5 days, we'll have the worst rate. Yeah. So we're keeping lookout for this with the old PruvX token. So it's something of interest and excitement for next year as well. So yeah, let's see what happens. NJ says a 100x God mode candle minimum, says NJ. I like that. We need 100x to be back at the sack rate. That's funny, dude. All right. Got a little kickle laugh out of me with that one. That's hilarious. All right. So yeah, fun times ahead, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. It's a magical time. So that's in 11 hours time. New Year's midnight will be the first place to celebrate New Year's, and you'll see it on the TVs probably. And then tomorrow US time will be, obviously you guys are about 19 hours behind us or something. So you guys will have it tomorrow. We've got about an hour and 10 minutes to go until LibertySwap V2 launches. We've seen that TRU2X is performing like a boss. EMIT's loving it. Voucher's loving it. It's doing pretty well. We've got Coin Mafia going to be launching probably in the new year at this stage. We'll see. And then we've obviously got a lot of other projects. Tetra, Vouch 369. They're kind of the next two. And then out of that will flow, Signum Oracle, PUSD ALGO, and we'll probably expect Coinwell, Coinnaki. So we've got quite a few other projects coming down the line. And probably quite a few others that are on the almost there as well. So fun times ahead on PulseChain for January. I think January could be pretty quite fun on the old PulseChain. We'll see whether the whales stop selling, and we get move up there as well, and see if Richard makes any move after the 10th of January, or maybe even on New Year's Eve in the next 36 hours. So we will find out. All right, I think that's it. Shall we finish the show? I think we should. Now in 23 minutes. Super been streaming for over 4 years, crazy. 6 years now, Matt. 6 years. 6 years on different channels, but covering Hex and PulseChain. Yeah, 4 years, definitely PulseChain since the beginning, yeah. But Hex as well before that. Well done. I found this channel 4 years ago. Nice one there, Matt. Appreciate that. Big shout out to that. All right, take care, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the show. And I will catch you guys again tomorrow. So enjoy. And big volumes at the moment to pick up on Pulse. Man, it's crazy compared to mean sacrifice price, amount of volume. All right, take care. Catch you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.